Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a relationship loop? You meet someone new, things are exciting, but then, inevitably, the same old pattern emerges. Maybe you feel a rising panic when they don't text back immediately, a desperate need for reassurance. Or maybe it's the opposite. As soon as things get emotionally close, you feel suffocated, an overwhelming urge to pull away and reclaim your independence. You might blame your choice of partners, or just call it bad luck. Key? But what if I told you it's none of those things? What if it's a hidden code, a psychological program written in your earliest childhood that is still running your entire relational life, dictating who you're attracted to and how you behave when you get close to them? This is attachment theory. Today, we are deconstructing that code. We'll break down the insecure attachment styles, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. And crucially, stick around until the end, because your attachment style is not a life sentence. We'll explain the path to earning a secure attachment, regardless of your past. In the mid-20th century, psychologist John Bowlby proposed a revolutionary idea. Our earliest bonds with our primary caregivers create an internal working model, a blueprint for how all future relationships should work. This blueprint is our attachment style. It's an ingenious survival strategy. As infants, we are completely dependent. Our brain's primary goal is to figure out the best way to get our needs for safety, comfort, and food met by our caregivers. If a caregiver is consistently warm, responsive, and available, the child learns a simple, powerful lesson. I am worthy of love, and others are reliable and can be trusted. This creates a secure attachment. But what if the caregiver is inconsistent? Sometimes warm, sometimes distant and overwhelmed. The child learns they have to amplify their needs, cry louder, become more demanding, to get a response. This creates an anxious attachment. And what if the caregiver is consistently cold, rigid, or dismissive of the child's emotional needs? The child learns a different lesson. My needs are a burden. To stay safe, I must become self-reliant and suppress my emotions. This creates an avoidant attachment. This code becomes the automatic default operating system for all our future relationships. These three styles, secure, anxious, and avoidant, form the foundation of how we connect. Let's deconstruct the insecure styles first, starting with the one defined by a deep-seated fear of abandonment. If you have an anxious attachment style, your internal world is often a turbulent place. Your core fear is abandonment. Because your caregiver was inconsistent, your nervous system is wired to be on high alert for any sign of disconnection. As an adult, this translates into a constant need for reassurance and validation from your partner. You might overthink texts, interpret a little bit of distance as a sign of impending doom, and feel a deep sense of unease when you're not in constant contact. Your subconscious belief is, I need to be close to you to feel safe. This can lead to behaviors that, ironically, push people away. You might become clingy, constantly seeking proof of your partner's love, or start arguments to elicit an emotional response. Because even a negative response feels better than the terrifying silence of perceived indifference. People with an anxious attachment style are often highly empathetic and attuned to others' emotions. But their fear of being left behind can make their relationships feel like a constant, exhausting effort to maintain connection and stave off anxiety. The avoidant attachment style is the mirror image of the anxious one. If the anxious style fears abandonment, the avoidant style fears being engulfed or controlled. Their core belief is, I must be self-sufficient at all times. True intimacy is a threat to my independence. This code was written by caregivers who were emotionally distant or who discouraged expressions of neediness. The child learned that suppressing their desire for connection was the safest way to navigate the world. As an adult, this manifests as a discomfort with deep emotional intimacy. People with an avoidant style are often independent, capable, and self-reliant. But when a partner tries to get too close, they feel an instinctive urge to pull away. They might create distance through excuses like being busy with work, focusing on hobbies, or nitpicking their partner's flaws. They often equate vulnerability with weakness and can be uncomfortable with their partner's emotional displays. They aren't heartless. They are just deeply conditioned to believe that emotional independence is the only true form of safety. Their greatest fear is losing themselves in a relationship and becoming dependent on someone who will inevitably let them down. But what happens when the source of safety is also the source of fear? This can lead to the most complex style, disorganized attachment. This often stems from a childhood environment that was frightening, chaotic, or traumatic, where the caregiver was a source of both comfort and fear. The child is trapped in a biological paradox. Their instinct is to run to their caregiver for safety, but their experience tells them their caregiver is unsafe. As an adult, this creates a confusing and often painful internal conflict. They crave intimacy, but are also terrified of it. Their relational behavior can be a chaotic mix of both anxious and avoidant strategies. They might pull someone close with intense neediness and then suddenly push them away out of fear. Their relationships can be volatile and unstable, marked by a deep-seated struggle to trust others and even themselves. Their internal world is defined by the belief, I can't live with you, and I can't live without you. So what does a healthy connection look like? It's defined by secure attachment. Secure individuals are comfortable with both intimacy and independence. They are not afraid to get close to others, but they also don't panic when their partner needs space. They can communicate their needs and feelings directly and honestly. They see conflict not as a threat to the relationship, but as a problem to be solved together. Their core belief, learned from a responsive caregiver, is that they are worthy of love, and that others can generally be trusted to be there for them. This creates a foundation of resilience, trust, and emotional balance that allows for deep, meaningful, and lasting connections. As promised, your attachment style is not a life sentence. The code written in childhood is just your default setting, not your destiny. Through conscious effort and new experiences, you can develop an earned secure attachment. The path involves 3 key steps. First, awareness. Understand your own style. Recognize your patterns without judgment. Second, seek secure connections. Intentionally build relationships, whether romantic or platonic, with securely attached people. They will model healthy dynamics and help your nervous system learn that connection can be safe and reliable. And third, self-work. This can involve therapy, self-reflection, and learning new communication skills to consciously override your old, automatic programming. You are not doomed to repeat the past. You have the power to write a new code for your relationships. Understanding this code is the first step to changing it. Based on these descriptions, which attachment style resonates most with your own experiences, or which have you observed most in others? Share your insights in the comments below. It's a powerful conversation. And if this video helped you deconstruct a part of yourself or your relationships, hit the like button to help others find this crucial knowledge. Thank you for decoding with us today.